Because first up, we have Antoinette Smith. And Antoinette moved to the Twin Cities nearly 6 years ago. Since moving here, she has become one of the organizers of Mini WebCon, a local affordable web conference at the U, and co-founded the Twin Cities chapter of Blacks in Technology. So, a round of applause for Antoinette.
Okay, I'm Antoinette Smith. I work at Prime Digital Academy, educating adults in full stack development. I've been doing this for over a year now in scenic Bloomington, Minnesota. Today, I want to talk about, that's right, two things. The first are some lessons that I've learned that might be applicable to you if you are onboarding new developers. Second, I want to talk about and add some nuance to a topic that is often talked about when training new developers that I think deserves a little more nuance. So I'm going to make an assumption here. I'm going to assume that all of us through our adult, teen, and young adult years and childhood years that we thought that grades were super important. We thought that grades would help us to determine whether we knew a topic or not. They'd allow us to rank ourselves against our peers, and they'd also basically tell us if we're going to succeed in life or not. So consider that background, and then think about being an adult and putting your life on hold and all of your responsibilities, and then for 3 months, learning a new skill and perhaps changing careers. But then consider that there is no real pause button on life. So as a student at Prime, as a teacher at Prime, one of the most surprising revelations I've had is that life circumstances like deaths and divorces and financial insecurity and that sort of thing can totally impede a person's ability to learn a concept, or even if they have proven that they have grasped that concept before, they often can't access it when these events happen to them. Another thing is that we have a tendency to not want to fail, right? So I'm in the interesting position of being both an instructor at Prime Digital Academy, but also a student in 2 master's programs at the University of St. Thomas. So when I'm in my MBA program and a professor asks a question, like someone has an answer, someone's responding. But when I'm in my software engineering program and the professor asks a question, the silence is often long and deafening. And so the thing that's awkward about tech culture is that it tends to attract and also celebrate people that believe that they have innate abilities. And it's interesting because what I found as an instructor is that the people that grasp the concepts most easily are those people who have seen that concept before at some point earlier in their lives. But unfortunately, there are students who will see someone next to them getting the concept more easily, and they'll start to believe the mythology that some people are just innately capable of programming. And there's also imposter syndrome. So if you don't know, imposter syndrome is where you believe that you have tricked everyone into believing that you're competent in your job or in your role, while everyone else in that job or role are completely competent and totally know what they're doing. Now, I believe that imposter syndrome is a thing that occurs. However, I think that imposter syndrome deserves a little more nuance. And so one of the solutions at Prime for when a student is kind of exhibiting imposter syndrome is that they won't ask questions. And we're like, we need you to ask questions so that we can help you. But the thing about asking questions is that that is something that's more accessible for some of us than others. Now, for some of us, asking questions shows that we have potential. For some of us, asking questions means that, we're going to grow into a great developer. But for others of us who don't have these connections made about what a developer looks like, that don't look like the person that you may see in the mirror, asking questions is less approachable. To put a fine point on this, I have 2 tweets here. One is from Marco. He's a senior level engineer in California. And he talks about how people of color often have to prove that they belong somewhere over and over and over again. And then Jess Humble, who you might know from a book called Continuous Delivery, he talks about how he as a white male is often always assumed competent and how that plays into things like salary negotiations and annual reviews. So to wrap this all up, empathy is really important when you're teaching someone. Empathy is important not only for that person, but also for your entire team. And so what that means is that empathy isn't just the job of the person that's training. It isn't just the job of a manager somewhere. Empathy needs to be part of your culture because ultimately we want to grow strong developers. We want to have strong teams. And that's what I've learned. Thank you.